Purim is a joyful Jewish holiday often compared to a carnival-like celebration. And one local Jewish bakery is going all out for their celebration with a plan to sell a copious amount of a delicious delicacy you might not be too familiar with. Here to tell us more is the owner of Diamond Bakery in West Bloomfield, Dan Buckfire. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on, Jake, also. Thank you.
Of course, really curious to learn about what you guys are doing for Purim, because I understand you've got quite a goal you have set for yourself for the holiday. Is that correct?
That is correct. Last year, we sold about 6,000 hamantaschen, and this year our goal is to do 7,000. So that's what we're aiming for this year.
Wow, that is quite a big goal. And hamantaschen, that is a traditional dessert for the holiday of Purim. What is hamantaschen, and what makes it so special for the holiday?
So hamantaschen, there's different versions of hamantaschen. The main one that we sell is a shortbread cookie that's shaped as a triangle, and it's different fruit flavors. We also have chocolate chip, so we could be apricot, raspberry, cherry, lemon, prune, poppy seed. So we have multiple flavors. And then we also sell it a yeast version, which is almost like a Danish, which is a much larger Danish triangle with the same type of flavors. And the purpose for the hamantaschen, it goes back to the story of Purim, where there was the king of Persia was King Achashverosh. I can't pronounce it always right, but Achashverosh. And his top assistant was a man named Haman. And Haman wanted to kill all the Jews in Persia. There was a man, Mordecai, who had his niece join a beauty contest to become the next queen of Persia. And she was Jewish, and she was picked as the most beautiful woman in Persia. And she convinced the king of Persia to not kill all the Jews. So the holiday is a celebratory holiday where we're celebrating the resilience and the ingenuity of the Jewish people. And so it's a fun holiday, and it's a very positive holiday for the Jewish people.
Wow, yeah, definitely. There's a lot to celebrate with this holiday. And it's interesting to hear about how such a simple little dessert has so much culture and so much meaning for a holiday like Purim. And why do you think hamantaschen have remained such a beloved tradition across the generations?
And Jake, I forgot to add one more thing. So the cookie is shaped as a triangle, and because Haman, the bad guy's hat, was shaped as a triangle. So that's it's just a symbolic thing. So if you look at the picture there, they're shaped as a triangle, and that's why it's that shape. Why is it such a positive thing? Because it just brings back, it's a generational thing. I grew up eating hamantaschen. My mom did. My grandmother did. It goes back. It goes back 1,000 years or more, where this dessert has been created, especially for this holiday. Now, our bakery, we sell it year round. It is really one of our probably our in the top 3 of our top selling items. But it is I think it just brings back memories of people from their childhood and growing up. And it's just really a part of the tradition of celebrating this holiday.
I'd imagine so. You take a bite into that hamantaschen, it just transports you back to when you were younger, when you were enjoying the food with your family. Definitely a lot of sentimental, I would imagine, with a dessert like this. And you said that you're planning on making and selling about 7,000 hamantaschen for the holiday. I got to ask, how far in advance do you begin preparing for the Purim rush, and what does that preparation involve?
So we've been planning for about a month now. We have lined up all our bakers to come in. They're going to be working 2 shifts. And Purim is actually it's Monday and Tuesday. They're going to be starting on Saturday and Sunday, making the doughs, forming the cookies, and getting them ready to be baked off. So we have 2 shifts working, and we have a lot of people up front at the front counter to fill the orders and to meet the retail demand. And also we have a lot of wholesale orders also this year from the different temples that have ordered from us too. So we're geared up and ready to go, and I'm very excited.
Sounds like it. Geared up and ready to go, ready to provide all of the hamantaschen throughout the community. For those just joining us on the Splash Live, I'm speaking with Diamond Bakery owner Dan Buckfire about his plans for the Purim celebration with Diamond Bakery and their goal to sell 7,000 hamantaschen throughout the holiday season. Now, I got to ask Dan, because I mean, all places do desserts a little differently, but Diamond Bakery is special. What goes into making the perfect hamantaschen, from the dough to the filling to the presentation?
Well, I think everything, basically. So the dough is we have a special dough that we've created for this cookie, and it's a short dough. And then the fillings that we use are fillings that we use for other items, but they're absolutely delicious. The fillings that we use, and then the way that the hamantaschen is formed, there's a certain method for pinching the dough to create the triangle shape. So there's a lot of love and thought that has gone into the making of these hamantaschen.
It sounds like it. And with this holiday meaning so much throughout the community, I got to ask, what does Purim and this holiday mean to you specifically, Dan? And to see all the joy on everyone's faces when they enjoy your food and they enjoy what Diamond Bakery provides.
So it means a lot on a personal level and on a business level to me. So this is a big, from a business standpoint, this is a big weekend for us, and it's a very important part of our business. On a personal level, just bringing back memories of me growing up, going to Sunday school, and where we would celebrate Purim and dress up in costumes and eat hamantaschen and sing songs. And then also, even on a personal level, just seeing all the customers and the people in the community who come back year after year to taste our hamantaschen, and it's really a part of their lives and a part of their memories. And so it's on a personal level, this is a very, very warm thing for me to be celebrating Purim with the members of the Jewish community and non-members, non-Jewish members of the community also who have learned how good the hamantaschen tastes and have learned how important it is to the community.
I like that, expanding this knowledge and expanding these delicious desserts beyond the Jewish community for people to learn more about the holiday. I certainly didn't know much about this going into it, but it's fascinating to hear about the amount of culture with this dessert and what it truly means. I got one more question before we wrap things up, Dan. What would you like residents, especially those who may be new to celebrating Purim, to understand about the holiday and its foods above all else?
Well, the holiday is, the food is just a symbol of what the holiday is. And the holiday, the meaning to Jews is the victory of good over evil, the resilience of the Jewish people to survive, and the ingenuity of the Jewish people to survive for thousands of years. So there's a lot of meaning to the Jewish community with the Purim holiday.
Sounds like it, and can't wait to hear what you guys do for the Purim celebration, and I hope that everybody shows up to Diamond Bakery hungry, ready to enjoy that hamantaschen. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today here on the Splash Live.
Thank you, Jake. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.